I never want to see you again. Tell me why did you have to be my best friend? You were messing around with. I didn't want to notice this. I was true to my love for you. To wake up and see what's doing to me.
I'm just fitting. Yeah, I'm just fitting. I'm just fitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just fitting. Yeah, I'm just fitting.
Yeah,
That sucks about you, man.
yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
That nigga said I had a spaz out moment. Then what you say on the fritz?
I want a fritz.
Like a fucking microwave. That's what be on the fritz, microwaves and shit, man. That was hella crazy.
I ain't know y'all was gonna jump on that either.
Yeah, had to jump on it.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome all the way to hell back, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Dymes podcast. As you can see, my name is Byron.
I'm Wallace, baby.
I'm Brandon.
And thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, inviting us into a little bit of your space, and just taking the time to let us talk.
One more again.
One more time.
0.5% of your week. That's all we
For your
need.
motherfucking mind.
That's all we need.
So, clearly we here for another episode.
Clearly. No other reason to be here, right?
And man, we just want to, we're gonna have a moment. But first, we want to tell you.
I was about to say a moment of silence.
No. First, we want to tell you how much we appreciate y'all, man. And
we happy.
Like, really, thanks for letting us, like, literally carve a little bit of time and out of your week, because I know we only catch it one day, but that's all we need, man.
Hey, they letting us in their ears, but they actually letting us in their mind.
Yeah,
it's pretty deep to me, man.
Yeah, so think about letting Brandon in your mind.
Whoa,
that's my guy.
Hey, man,
alter your perspective. That's all.
A little bit, and offer three perspectives.
There you go.
From these three dudes, all of us pretty different.
We
just
talked about it. We different.
We literally
especially
different.
Me.
But especially Wilder. But just to, give you some perspective. I'm sure out of the three that you get from us, one of them is possibly close to the guy that you're dating or seeing, and you're wondering what he got on his mind, and we're gonna give you a little bit of it. Like,
or the guy that you are for the fellas that join in.
Yeah, or the guy that you are. You know what I'm saying? You probably like, man, these ain't like me, but a lot more than you think, Bubba.
Yeah, brother.
A lot more than you think.
We're not all preachers.
Yeah, we're not all preachers. Some of us can make it through these situations, but the other two of us can't.
Some of us have to walk away, turn the other cheek,
and get that cheek spanked out in these streets.
Get that other one knocked out.
Man, listen. But y'all got a question of the week before we jump into it?
Nah, you just said something before we started that I thought was, oh yeah, do that quote. If you don't mind. I thought it was pretty good.
The one about the
burning down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He dropped something else, and I'm like, man, that's a good topic to talk about. I think
got this quick quote.
We might see it a little different.
When a young man doesn't feel the warmth of the tribe, he will burn it down to feel the warmth he longs for.
Yeah, man. When I heard that, I just started thinking about, honestly, I thought about my cousin. I got a cousin that passed away 2 years ago now. And whenever I would talk to him, he was my older cousin. He probably had me by like 12 years. When I would talk to him, he would talk about, he was the black sheep. But bro, like, was a dancer, danced with JD and went on tour with them. But after that stint in his life, he had some troubles. And he got into a lot of things people look at as negative. And whenever he would get around the family and he feel that way, felt like he wasn't supported, he would just try to cause. It felt like he was trying to cause havoc. He would cuss out, like he cussed out my mother. He cussed out his aunts. He cussed out his cousins. He would just like try to set the room, set the house on fire.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that was the only way that he felt like he could be heard. And then when you feel heard is when you kind of feel, at times you can feel good about yourself. Like I won. Or
Like a piece.
yeah. He ended up dying in a freak motorcycle accident a couple years ago. But that's when I hear that, that's who I think of. And that's what I want to try to help, especially the younger man behind me, not go through, not experience. Because I know just from my personal experience, not being heard is something that I felt, and I know how hard sometimes you could try to fight to be heard, and it can often come off not the way you intended. It's just you fighting to be felt and heard in the world. So that's a deep quote to me.
Absolutely. Not to get off of that quote, but did y'all see the it was like an interview that Bud Crawford had done, and they were like the way that they were cutting it, they were showing what he was saying, then they would go back to his mom.
His mama, hell yeah.
Nah.
You didn't see it?
Hell,
So
hell
Bud was
yeah.
Bud was like, he was like, yeah, like my mom used to pay the neighborhood kids like $10 to fight me.
I heard him say that before.
All right. So then he was like, so she was like, yeah, like I did that, and he can fight now.
Bro,
Like,
it's different ways you can look at that interview.
Absolutely. I definitely feel like it's different ways you can look at it.
Did she pay him $10? She put like $10 if you win.
Nah, she was paying them $10 just to fight him.
So she paid them $10 to get their ass whooped.
Some of them got that. I'm sure he wasn't winning. He took an L, I'm sure, at some point. But this one he was like a little kid.
This-
Not
yeah,
just
I
like
know.
ain't after he started boxing.
No, I know. It
This
was like when he was like
10
8
years
years
old.
Shit sounded like a rough ass upbringing, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. And like
in Nebraska streets, man.
when I saw it, when I saw it on Instagram,
Omaha.
my comment was like, it's mamas out here who do that, who feel like I have to do this to make him tougher. Like I gotta prepare him, and this is my way of doing it. This is the only way I know to do it.
Yeah.
Like if she only saw her brothers and them out there bumping heads,
Right.
throwing them out there with niggas, like that's what she gonna see is like, this is how I make him manly like my brothers.
Yeah.
And also I'm teaching him to protect himself. So as toxic and terrible as it sounded, she, in her heart, I'm sure she felt like she was doing the right thing. Like I'm doing what I know.
And it birthed one of the greatest fighters the world has
Yeah,
ever seen.
and it ain't always going to like the shit ain't always gonna sound good to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's method ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like how you decided to put some cleats under the field goal
goalpost pad.
under the
Yeah.
goalpost pad. There's another nigga that's like, nah, I just wouldn't even.
fucking crazy.
I'm not even going out there to kick. I'm only gonna go out there and play wide receiver. But your method was different. Like your method was, I'm gonna take what they give me, and then I work on what I
I'm
want.
gonna make it what I want.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it what I want. So somebody else, like, she's looking at it like, this is the easiest way.
This is what
Man,
I
that nigga mama never told him good job.
Yeah, never told him she loved him.
Never told him she loved him. Never
Yeah.
like embraced him, like hug, no shit, bro, nothing.
So
That's probably exactly what Byron's saying. That's what she saw.
yeah,
She saw dudes fighting and being tough. No softness, no weakness. Love is not something that needs to be put into that mixture.
it could definitely be the beginning of a nigga's villain story though.
For sure.
That's
It could definitely be.
you gotta listen to it. Like and
Yeah,
so
like
you can give
she
real
was a cookie.
perspective
She was
on
a tough cookie. G.
Yeah.
She was definitely a cookie left out in the air.
She was,
She was tough.
Wasn't she twerking on him in the ring?
Listen, they
That
best
caught me off
I don't
friends.
know. I don't think I saw that.
She wasn't twerking on him, but she was dancing. But they best friends. But and she don't got like it. That's her attitude. Like shit, yeah, I did that. So
I don't know how women grow into it. I think a lot of sons realize the value of what their mother did later on in life. Because at first, I had strife with my mother, but as I got older, I started realizing like, oh, what she's doing ain't necessarily hurting me; it's actually building me and helping me. But in the moment, I'm like, man, fuck this,
But everybody's different.
and that's an extreme.
The audience is different. Like
Sure.
everybody different. Like it's just like we talk about the love languages. The language that you use for like these kids can live in the same house.
Yeah.
And you can't handle all your kids the same way.
Not at all.
You got 2 kids, right? Can you handle your daughter the same way you handle your son?
Nah.
Can you handle your son the same way you handle your daughter?
Nah.
Like everybody's like we're fingerprints. We're completely different. No matter how much we look like the next one from far away, we're all completely different. And especially when you're young, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you got them all in uniforms, they're gonna be completely different.
But you feel like so when he was a kid, she saw that she needed to do that to him just because of who he was as a kid.
I don't think she saw anything. She only did what she knew.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she did what she knew. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but like whatever that is,
the shit
at some
sounded
point,
like she was trying to like. It sounded like she wanted him to fail, right? But his whole thing was, shit, I just kept proving her wrong. And so that's the mentality he went to it. I don't think she went into it like, I'm creating a tough guy. I'm about to show him that he ain't shit. That's what she was presenting.
Nah, that's fucking tough.
Yes. And so his mentality, what he got from it, turned into a positive.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna show her, I'm gonna prove her wrong.
Yeah.
So every time you ain't doing this, you can't do that. That's impossible. He did it, right? Then she'll throw some more shit at him. I don't think her shit was, let me see if he do this. I think it was really to let me show this little nigga he ain't like that, or you ain't about this.
So do you say to the young man who grew up without a father that he should be, because to me it sounds like he's appreciative of his mother now. Do you tell the young man who grew up without his father to be, and that becomes something because it was, I don't want to be like him, I hate him, I'm going to become something. Does he turn around and just automatically say thank you because you weren't there? Because if you were there, I'm not going to be who I became.
But possibly though, because you could have took a different route and still becoming who you became.
But you never know. But I do know that I became whatever without you. But
Yeah.
I know the void that you caused allowed me to become whatever, or helped me become whatever. Even though it wasn't nice, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't comfortable.
I don't know about that. I think we as humans just kind of adapt to the situation, because I think if a father was there, he still could be what he was. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, he could. We talk about what he is.
I don't think LeBron's absent dad make LeBron not be LeBron. Like, it's
but
just
you don't know that. It could be. It could be I want to be the man of my family. I saw what it looked like for us not to have a man, so I need to step into that role.
Or it could have been, I could have been LeBron much easier than the route I had to take.
But what I'm saying is we don't know that, but we do know this. So
yeah, we know that the route he took to get there, right?
Yeah.
But we also can't say that it would have been different if he had a daddy.
But that's out the picture to me in this conversation. What I'm saying is I didn't have a dad. Mm-hmm. It made me think I need to be the man of this family and step up into a role. So that void allowed me to get some type of fire, some type of whatever to step up. I didn't have a dad. So now thank you because you weren't there, because I was able to come.
Thank you for not being there?
That's what I'm getting at. Is that what you do?
Nah.
So thank you for putting me in on the streets, paying people to knock me out.
Fuck you for not being there.
And fuck you for wanting me to fight.
You know, like, you ain't gotta be with my mama, but not being there at all for me, yeah, fuck you.
So what?
And it's more so, nigga, I still made it without you. I don't think it's no thank you though. Like, I became who I was because you weren't here. Nah, you probably could have made me even better than what I was. You know what I mean? So I don't really look at that shit like that.
So going back to Bud, and I know it's a lot more dynamics than just what we've heard of, but the fact that his mother was setting people up to fight him for him to fail eventually built who he was, but it's some fucked up shit.
He should say thank you to her.
So that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing.
No, you were saying somebody that's absent that didn't do shit.
But I'm just saying somebody doing something fucked up to a kid.
As far as like what led them into, what was their drive into it? That's what he more so saying. Like the father being absent was the driver. His mama being like,
yeah, but I
think I can't being the driver.
I guess I can't get somebody not being there making you do this. Like,
okay, you got an abusive father.
Yeah.
You have an abusive father who now you've gotten tougher because he's been abusive, and you can go out and do whatever you need to do.
Yeah,
Do you thank that man?
No, it's still fuck you.
So the same question goes to
Yeah, I mean,
his mama.
shit. It's just hard for me to say fuck your mama, but
I know some folk that should have said fuck you, mom.
yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
And like I said,
Shit, that's
and
tough.
like I said to you all and to the audience, there's more to their dynamic.
Yeah,
but just
yeah,
hearing
yeah.
that, it's tough to look and be like, damn.
I think it got to a point. I think the mindset was proving her wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucked up what she did, but thank you for creating this mindset that I have, I guess.
And that's exactly what I'm saying about the absent father or the abusive father.
But they ain't do shit. It's not no thank you because you didn't do you didn't give me a mindset.
But your not doing shit is what pushed me into my destiny.
That's just hard. That's hard for me it's hard for me to comprehend that.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get it, but I get what he's saying. Like, is it equally as what's the word? Because we're looking at what she did as being like something that it was. Oh, this turned out to be a good thing. Like with the absent father or the abusive father.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Do you say
Prime
fuck
example.
him or thank you?
I mean,
But he was actually
both.
He was actually there doing whatever, you know what I mean, for it to
there for the push and the abuse.
For it to be what it was.
Hey, it's fuck you and thank you sometimes.
So does Michael Jackson be who he is without his dad there?
Hell no.
So that's why to me the absent part is nigga.
I was creating a negative environment for somebody.
I got you.
I get what you like. The absent dad can be just as much of a driver, like what I was saying, as the driver, right? Because if the dad is there, does he go to the community centers as much as he go to the community centers?
Yeah.
Is he as focused on basketball? Because like not that this is a bad thing, but I want to go home so I can play with my motherfucking dad. Versus I want to go outside and play it. I'm gonna be outside playing against these other kids, just getting better.
Or is he as aware of the struggles? Like you said, I imagine being with a single mom, you see the lack, the struggle that she's experiencing, and you like, no, I need to step up. Now you got a dad there. I'm just a kid. I'm just gonna have a great time. That could be the foundation of a great life.
But dads don't equate to no struggle, right? Because families struggle together.
Right, but we're just talking about the void.
No, I think even with that, it could be, I'm gonna be a better, like I'm gonna put myself in a better situation than I'm in. Like, but it's because they're, you know, like I don't know. It's hard for me. I got you, but it's just hard for me to do the I'm this because my dad wasn't there type shit. Because to me, I feel like you'll probably be better, like, or even got those abilities even faster if he was. But I guess, or not. But I try to look at that shit as a male figure, as a positive when it comes to, you know,
because what if your dad? Because what if your daddy end up being like one of the dads, the football dads? He trying to coach you, and you listening to that nigga instead of listening to your DB coach who went to the fucking league and played DB.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so now your dad like, no, this is when you turn your hips. And everybody running by your ass.
He was running button hooks in the 60s, and now they got curl routes. He come back to the ball.
Name for that. His name is LeVar Ball. He got all three of his kids to the NBA by league. So,
but it's a million. It's a million and $1.5 million of him that didn't.
Yeah, but
you can't judge the demographic by
I don't know the demographic. I don't know who did it and who didn't. I can only go by.
Let's go to the park
that I seen.
Let's go to the park. I'll show you.
All right. They probably just ain't good enough anyway. Like if you got it, you just got it, bro. Like whether your dad is there or not.
And then there's other kids like the.
But it's people that didn't quite have it.
It's
who dad pushed them enough.
The dude that played guard for Milwaukee. Him and his brother made it to the league, and his dad really wasn't like a athlete dad like that.
Example for that.
What's them boy? He played point guard for Milwaukee. He got locks now.
I don't know these niggas.
Dark skin.
Not Gordon. No.
But he got two other brothers in the league. It's him and he got two brothers, one in Chicago and one in Indiana. And they're all in the league, but they dad wasn't like an athlete dad. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like, hey, y'all need to go to the gym and hoop. Like they just
nigga. My daddy
Didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, no. But
He gave a fuck about you.
But now
though.
we're talking about what, like with a
Enough.
dad being a driver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we think about it, like we looking at the dudes at the highest level who still competing at the highest level. Their fathers being drivers versus these other kids who are still at the highest level who didn't have a driver, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like, are they as driven because the dad wasn't there as the kids who are driven by a dad who is there?
So I'm gonna say yes because right, my dad was there, but whatever I had going on in football, he wasn't there, right? So whatever I was gonna do regardless in that sport, whether he was there or not, because he didn't participate in that sport. You see what I'm saying? So that's why.
But he helped create some comfortabilities though.
In what?
You went home and had food on the fucking table.
I can eat.
Well, shit.
But we're not saying these people not eating.
But I'm saying if the father's not there, that opens the opportunity more for there to be a lack. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, your dad might not be invested in your sport, but he's there. He's something you can look to, something you can rely on for life. These people might not have that at all, but they step into the void because it's there. I need to work harder. I need to go to work and make some money. I need to whatever to drive forward.
So all right. So we're talking about somebody who's stepping up to the plate to take care of a household. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people in sports who became better because of an absence.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a different driver. I got to get to the league because my family hadn't had food on the table. The lights been out. My mom has had to go to 6 different jobs. I always look at Inky Johnson. His mom worked 3 jobs and he's in the house with 14 different people. Like, that's a driver. My pops wasn't there. I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to do something more. I got to become more. I got to be able to show them more. Like, that doesn't happen. It might not happen if pops is there.
Or it happens easier because now you can really just focus on what you need to focus on.
But you could be, to me, and I'm going to tell you from a kid who grew up with pops in the house, pops invested, I was able to be a kid much more, much longer. And then honestly, I feel it in certain areas of my life now. I have to like intentionally step into things because I always had the fallback.
Do you go as far as you did without your dad?
Do I?
Yeah.
Look, we can't say that. You keep bringing up these ifs.
But that's what you brought up with an absent father. Like,
but I'm just, so what I'm saying is like, this happens. What LeBron did happened. What I did, it happened. I don't know what happens if LeBron's dad is there. I don't know what happens if my dad is not there. But I do know my dad was there. He helped push me learn how to fight for everything. But it's some things that I lack because I knew I could just, they got it. I didn't have to step up.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
This might be the whole episode that we talk about.
Because we had 25.
Yeah. I guess that, yeah.
But when you heard that quote about the young man not feeling the warmth from his family, but then turning down and burning down the house to feel the warmth, how did that affect you? How did you connect with that? I think we're just gonna stay here for real. Unless he just give a 6 second.
I don't know.
You know my shit 6 seconds.
I don't know.
I feel like if you're lacking, you're gonna kind of do whatever you need to do to get what you want. Right? Because that's the best I could do with that one. Just cause
So look,
I'm gonna go with that one.
I know the image of the quote or the quick story is about a young man that sounds like his family. But what about the man and his family? Like the dad and his family. He's not feeling the warmth. So then he goes around and burns the house down.
Until he gets what he wants. Or burning the house down could be shit. He going to look what he want, which ruined his home and burned it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. If
I know, you're not, you scared to say it.
Yeah, if you're not getting what you need to have, you're probably gonna go looking for it, and somebody's probably gonna be hurt within that process. of you going to find what you need, because everybody got a breaking point.
What needs to happen from that man though?
Communication.
Yeah.
A lot of communication. But like you said, he will burn the house down until he finds it. So I think that when you've done all you could do, you've communicated, you've told what was lacking, you've told what your ideas was, and theirs, ain't quite on the same page. What typically happens then? Either you stay and burn with it. That happens a lot.
Or you stay in a space of isolation and burn inside. I think no matter what, a fire is going to be lit.
Yeah.
But
whether you burn in the house or you just burning within yourself. Yeah.
Some deep shit.
That is.
That's like when you read that shit, I was like, bro, this shit is.
Yeah, listen.
Like, do you know how many men sit and burn?
Yeah.
Without burning the house.
Yeah. I know a few.
Know a few.
You know, those men get so much post-game adoration. It's like 10 years, 20 years down the line, everybody appreciates you for just being the man to deal with everything.
Just sucking it up.
Yeah.
Fuck
when you've been burning inside in silence.
And nobody said, hey, are you even good?
Are you okay? But,
or if they do, they just saying it just to say it, and there's nothing, there's no action towards it,
So
yeah.
So even within all this realm, like, how do y'all feel about the term alpha male?
What that mean though? Like, because I hear it, but what does it mean?
Well, essentially, they're talking like alpha male is essentially like something in the wilderness, right? It's when there's a pack of animals, there's usually one male that stands out and becomes the leader.
So if you're not an alpha male, what are you?
Supposedly a beta male.
Okay. So you're asking me, am I?
No, I'm just asking, how do y'all feel about the terms? Like how do you feel about the terms alpha male and all? Like, and
I don't know no other kind. That's why I act like I don't know. What does a beta male look like?
You don't know no other kind of man?
Like, what does a beta male look like? Yeah.
A beta male is like essentially a follower.
Okay.
Like, because when you think alpha male, there's this leader that stands out. He makes the decisions. He goes after whatever he wants. Then there's a beta male who like follows this alpha, who isn't as much of it, doesn't have as many leadership skills, and doesn't step up to the forefront to fight or shit like that.
So can you be both at different times?
Yeah.
Because I think
in different spaces.
Yeah, I think all of us are alpha and beta when it's necessary. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't hang around nothing but alpha males, right? And in some instances, when I'm amongst these alpha males, like, we all have our different opinions. We all are leaders within our own, rights or whatever. But nobody sticks out over the other. But sometimes we do allow one of the other people to, all right, we're gonna let him handle this. So does we become beta because of that?
I don't.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't hang around. I don't have no friends that are just like followers. Yeah. Right? Everybody that I was with, people used to make me the leader, but I was like, nah, it ain't like that. But I guess because I was the more, but when we amongst each other, like, everybody literally has their own opinion about shit. Like, us three, perfect example. Like, nigga, if we're together, I'll let you niggas lead on something, or but that don't make me
a beta,
less alpha than you. You know what I mean? So,
the funny thing about, like, when I hear people have this debate and then they talk about betas, and I'd be like, like, one, do you know how much, like, how different it is to be like, it's tough to be a follower. Like, to be like, honestly, to make a decision.
But I was about to say, I do know niggas like that. They just not my niggas.
Well, see, so when people think of followers, they think of somebody that's just tailing along. Like, that means I gotta actually make a decision within myself. Like, you can't make me decide on how if I'm going to even follow you, right? And then as a follower, and especially as a beta, so essentially you're the first follower, but usually the next in command. That's what that actually means, right?
Alpha,
so
beta,
so alphas, if this alpha male goes out and does what alpha males do, they fight, and then he dies, the beta becomes your new leader, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just two alphas that's fighting from, you know what I'm saying, then they take over some shit. Yeah. But if you're talking like this beta male who is just the next the first follower, which I still tip my hat to people who are the first followers, because you had to see something, because they're actually
you've been
really
saying
good.
that for the second episode.
What?
When you the first nigga to invest or follow a nigga who has a plan, you gotta have some heart.
Yeah, that shit take heart. Like, you ain't people make it seem like you just some type of sucker for that shit, but you really gotta be like, I believe in this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't hey man, let's do a podcast. I believe in Wallace. I believe in I've seen what he can do. I'm willing to invest in that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm willing to sign into that. That takes a different set of some shit yourself to step into that.
You got two niggas who never even did no shit like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I'm comfortable enough as a man. I'm comfortable enough to follow whatever it is that you need us to do to make this the best thing. But I'm also willing at times to drive this motherfucker if I need to. Yeah. So I think, like, I heard this the other day. Everybody talks this alpha male. This dude said, I'm a masculine male, right? I'm willing to do all the things that this alpha male does, except if you think about the real term, like, especially if we talk about in the wild, right? Yeah. The alpha male does whatever the fuck he want to do. There's nothing that can tie him down. If this, like, let's talk lions. This other lion, this lioness has cubs for this other lion, and the alpha don't like it, he'll go eat them fucking cubs. Yeah. That's an alpha, because he don't give a fuck.
It's his world.
It's my world. Yeah. Or my way, no way, or I'll kill your motherfucking ass. Yeah. Right? So that's a real alpha male. And women like, I want an alpha. Bitch, you really don't. Because alphas don't stop at you. Yeah. You're just a stop on the alpha train.
You look at a lion. It ain't a lion married to a lioness. It's a lion married to a pride.
A pride.
And them all his kids.
Most of them, probably. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people like. We pick and choose what sounds good to us, and that's what we want to go with.
Not Mufasa.
You know? Huh?
Shit. You seen all them women sleeping in that room and they know other men. And you seen Scar sitting outside. His goddamn brother couldn't get none.
And that's why he killed.
A room full of women.
Yeah. And exactly. That's why he killed.
Goddamn Mufasa.
So people don't but the dude was saying, like, he was like, I do all these things, and after your alpha male fails you, I'm here to pick up these pieces as a masculine male.
Yeah, I think that's the better way to describe that. Or the ideal position to work yourself into, because alpha male sounds good, looks good, but the results can be tyrannical.
Somebody look that up.
Look that shit up.
Somebody look that up.
Tyrannical. You don't even know how to spell that shit. I spell it.
When I said that, I looked at both of you. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
What was that again? Tyrannical.
Like a tyrant.
T-Y.
T-Y.
Tyrannical.
Speak that bitch into it. You gotta say that motherfucker.
Oh shit. But yeah, the outcome, it may not, likely not going to be pretty because alpha males often step on toes, offend people because they want things their way.
Exercising power in a cruel and arbitrary way.
Whatever the fuck I feel like doing.
Was portrayed
Look up
as a
arbitrary.
tyrannical. Nigga going down a dark hole of definitions.
You remember a long time ago we supposed to have a word of the day?
Yeah.
That nigga just stopped.
Hey, man. I'm gonna bring that back because the funny part was y'all guessing what it meant. I'm gonna bring that back. That's
but
funny.
yeah, the beta male, or no, the masculine male sees like he uses his emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
He uses his intelligence. He uses his skills to sometimes I do need to follow because this person has experience that I need to step behind and learn from. Or I need to step up in this situation because this is my space to be the lead, to be the guy, to be the front. So I think that's the perfect term to start to use because honestly, I don't feel like the alpha male when I step in most rooms. I'm not gonna say I feel like a beta either.
Yeah.
I do feel like a masculine male where I can make my own decisions.
Yeah.
But I'm not in there to even just dealing with y'all. I'm not here to force my way.
Yeah.
I'm in here to make it work. And it may look differently on different days. So I think you just made a pivotal description of what a man should be aiming to be. And honestly, what women should probably look for.
Yeah, and I don't even think like that. Like
most people don't.
Alpha male and all that other shit, nigga.
But
do you notice when somebody comes in trying to carry their bravado?
Yes.
I think, man, social media, we talk about this shit all the time, how social media has changed the landscape of everything. But this is another thing, like social media has kind of pushed these terms out here, and now you're seeing people trying to be these terms, and this ain't even you, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this alpha male, and like you said, like now you got these dudes walking in the rooms trying to be this person and
trying
give
to
off
be
this.
seen.
Yeah, and
when
you
I'm
trying
just
to
seen.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just
and if you don't see me, I'm cool with that
like,
too.
Yeah, like
it's a lot of people trying not to be seen.
That's a fact.
There's a lot of people that walk in the rooms quietly, bent down, trying not to be seen in rooms, just because they like, I know how it's going to shift this room.
Look, you know, I watched the Pivot heavy. So Ryan Clark, they talk about him when he step into a room full of people. Everybody probably wants to talk to Ryan Clark, but he step off on the wall.
He put his back against the wall and just watch.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That doesn't make him a beta male.
No.
He still does what he does, but he's a masculine man and can stand on his own space. I don't need to be seen to feel appreciated, accepted. I know what I do.
We really mimic that podcast, dog. It's funny when I watch it.
Yeah,
shit is crazy.
I feel the connection.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Beta, Alpha, Zeta, Kappa, whatever the fuck you want to be.
This man just said, "Oh man, somebody's gonna answer for this."
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I'm good.
Oh man, this man just called out 30 fraternities
I'm just
and 2
saying,
sororities.
man, all that shit don't matter, man. Just be who you are, you know, in your own masculinity. If you want to be a beta, be a beta.
Or in your own femininity.
Or your own
even
femininity.
as a man, you can operate in your femininity if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
When you saw that quote, because you wrote it down, you saw it somewhere and took notes on it. What did it bring out of you? How did you connect with it?
I think like I look at it like more like if you haven't done anything to make a young man comfortable in your community, when he leaves, and then you try to be like, oh yeah, he was a part of our community, and he say, fuck this community, don't be upset.
That nigga not the prodigal son.
I don't got nothing. Y'all
that nigga ain't coming.
You didn't give me anything. Yeah. You ain't give me anything, and now you expect something.
Back. Yeah.
So fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And we see that a lot. Like Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas was as the position that he's in a position to help as many black people as he can. That man literally just said, fuck the black community. And I'm not saying that we turned our back on him, because he did what he did when he did it. You know what I'm saying? And after that, we started to see the relationship between us and him start to fall off, right?
Yeah.
But this is somebody who actually took advantage of a thing that he just denied.
What's that? Affirmative action?
Affirmative action. That's how he got into Harvard or Yale or wherever he went to school. Excuse me. You can have as many good grades as you want. These people don't have to let you in.
For sure.
Right? So you took advantage of a program that said, hey, if you guys are going to continue, if you're going to continue to even function as a school, you have to let a certain amount of black people in. He got in on that. It's essentially a technicality, right? And now you say, do away with the technicality. Get it how you live. Cause y'all ain't never had shit for me, so fuck you.
So where does the I don't know his story.
Your shit was a lot different than ours.
Hell yeah, bro. I was like, I did not get that from that shit, but I feel you. But how does that, like, I don't know his story, but I feel like everybody has a threshold of like how much help somebody gave me. Cause like I could say, to me, fuck Westlake. Cause them motherfuckers ain't giving me shit, but the education the state required them to give me.
What else would you have expected to get out of them? Just wonder.
So hopefully some support to get into college, some teaching on the football field, some goddamn helping me build my confidence. Like that shit was like just here. And I could have went to any school and got that. But I'm saying, like, why would Westlake want to say Wallace Miles did whatever and I'd be appreciative of it? But see, to me, I look at the nuanced things that they did give me subconsciously or unintentionally. And I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think everybody has their own threshold, because Clarence Thomas probably got something from the corner store or the corner he grew up on that actually helped him propel into the person that could go to be the one that was looked at going to Harvard. But now it's fuck y'all. Like, how do you set that threshold? Because to me, yeah, I could say fuck Westlake, but no, I know what Westlake gave me, and he wasn't even on purpose.
Yeah. I think it's a couple things with him. I think it's a couple different theories you can have. Like, hey, I made it. It's kind of like in Black Panther, right? Mm-hmm. After Killmonger became the new leader,
right?
He said, burn this motherfucker down. There'll never be another leader. Yeah. He could be like, I'm on this Supreme Court. Fuck any other black one.
Ooh. That's some tyrannical shit.
But there is a reason behind it. Is like what you're saying, because
I'm sure there's a villain story. I'm sure there's a villain story in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, one possibly being because he's married to a woman who has less melanated skin.
Okay.
I got a friend of mine in Canada, and he got Jamaican background, but I guess in his community they called him unattractive. The black women, black women can get young black girls can be rough.
Yeah.
So he didn't get the love that he could have got. He was a great athlete, got to the CFL, one of the greatest Canadian receivers I've ever experienced. But he will not date a black woman and won't look at black women because of what they did,
he was treated
how
early.
they talked to him when he was a kid.
Yeah. And I think you could take that a couple different ways. One, you definitely you got to take a look at yourself and who was I at that time, right? Because was I actually attractive? Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not. But
then you also got to realize who was talking to. These are young girls.
Yeah, exactly. So one is the accountability on your side, and then two, like, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't cute.
But look, he was cute to the white girls. So
he was black and strong.
So that's
what I'm saying.
And looked like he had a future.
Or it looked like he got a future.
Yeah.
Because
and he definitely did.
Bruh, I used to work with this lady, and she said, we were talking about college, and she was like, yeah, my daughter's at Stanford. I was like, what's her major? She was like, I don't even know, but I know she better not come home single. I sent her to find a husband.
At Stanford, so she can be taken care of.
So she can be well taken care of. With that fucking engineering and architectural program, everything program, the Yale of the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Like and I can't. This isn't speaking for everyone, but
That's what it sounds like.
it's definitely more implied. Like you should be thinking about your future while you're here, and I ain't just talking about these classes.
Yeah.
But that also goes back into the way we're taught and how we're raised. Some people are raised on love. Some people are raised on survival. So if your thought is, if I'm sending you to school to get all the education you can so that you can be the best that you can, because you got to be independent, you got to take care of yourself, and because nobody's here to take care of you.
Yeah.
Versus somebody will take care of you if you are this person. If you're allowed to be soft and all these different adjectives that people throw out there for, especially for women, right? If you're allowed to be all those things when you're younger, then it's not tough for you when you get to a certain level to still be those things,
Right.
and not worry about like you see some women, they be with dudes and you be like, man, how the fuck he pull her? He didn't pull her. She pulled him. She saw what she needed to see in him. She saw all the qualities she needed in a man going forward.
Yeah.
And that's what she went after. He didn't get her. He might have thought he got her. Man, let me tell you about the girl I got, bro. She got your number, nigga. You just got because she saw what she needed to see in you.
Yeah.
He's strong, got leadership skills. He can type.
Apply for a job.
He can read. He can take care of us.
That's important.
He's in the engineering program, third in his class.
I went third in my class.
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
This is not about you.
But this is what I need.
We stopped at you when you said strong.
But this is what I need.
Whatever you want to get in the gym, dog. Whatever you want to do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like these people,
Except shoulders.
these people sometimes are able to raise their kids to go in with a mentality like that versus, let's say, a single mom who has a daughter who's saying, you got to go and be strong because you never know
You might not be
how
taken care
this, you may not be chosen as that, right? I'm not sending you to college to be chosen. I'm sending you to college to get an education.
So you can stand on your own.
If you need to. If need be.
That's a great asterisk they need to
Yeah, you have to say
they
if
need to put in
need
bold.
be. Right. I think that's what we need to start with. And by we, I'm just saying people.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm with you.
it has to get to a place where we're able to tell our daughters if need be.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be
You've been
the
on
bold
today, bro.
print.
You've been on today.
I'm passionate about the way I feel like how women are treated. I get passionate about that because I see all this little microaggression and shit with the people that I work with, and I see people getting shitted on all the time. I see terms getting thrown at, especially at black women, all the time, and I think like I just be like with the word aggressive. The one that trips me out more than anything else, especially when I hear black men say aggressive, and you got a black mama who ain't just sitting still. If your black mama is moving, at some point she had to be what was labeled aggressive because she probably stood up for herself.
Yeah. But
Give me the butt.
I feel like when I use the word aggressive,
Bring it home, Wallace. Bring it home.
I understand it takes a certain type of energy to get into certain spaces to grow into something, but I'm talking about the aggression that's flipped towards me.
Right.
So in our relationship, and I don't know if women, I think men, I'm gonna talk from my perspective. I think I do a good job of compartmentalizing. So like if I'm aggressive here on the football field, when that whistle blows, I can go be a whole different and give you a different energy.
Yeah.
That's what I would appreciate. Like if that was built inside of you to build a career, to build this, to do that, cool. But be able to flip the switch.
So now let me here's my thought on that.
Yeah.
I think I've said this before. We as men do a really good job of compartmentalizing because we would. I think we say this all the like wipe your feet at the door and leave whatever happened outside. Leave that shit outside of your house, right?
Yep.
So we say that all the time, and we probably do a little bit better job at it, right? I think like when you heard what I just said, we were talking in a sense of work and your job place, right?
And I just wanted to make sure when I say aggressive, I only mean the relationship because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand stepping. If a black woman worked in construction, I understand if you got some aggression,
Right. But
be able to flip that shit off when and I'm giving you a reason not to be aggressive. Now, if I give you
Right.
some bullshit every day,
Right.
I understand that too.
yeah,
But if I'm trying my best to give you what I can for you, not to have to be that way,
yeah.
bruh, flip that switch off. Turn the dial down at least.
So then here's where I'm going with it. It's hard to turn the dial down because it's not just work. It's at the gas station. It's at the grocery store. Because they're at the bottom of the totem pole.
For sure. I agree.
Black
with
women
that.
are shitted on, right?
Agreed.
So then in every other aspect of life, that shit is just being thrown at them. And now to say, when you get to the door, wipe your feet and be feminine when you walk in this motherfucker. Because I'm that guy, right? I think that's tough. I
don't, because I think a woman should be able to get rid of that shit when she walk home. Like that should be like,
I feel like that's her natural state.
yeah, that's because it's like
her
I don't,
natural state, but we also evolve because of the things that's happening in our
I
environment.
don't have to be this at home. Like I can't wait to get home
So I
to
can
get
let
this
that
shit
shit
off
off.
of me.
But that's what I'm saying. How easy is it to throw off the last 16 hours to come spend 8? That's just like if it.
And I can never tell you because I've never experienced it.
No,
Yeah,
but
me
we
either.
But we do it all
here's
the
a prime
time.
example.
But see,
no, we
really.
don't do it all the time. Exactly.
Not really.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you a prime example. You remember when Richard Sherman said after that football game, they threw that microphone in his face right after the game, and then he said some crazy shit, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" You remember that? And everybody was like,
was that the Crabtree?
Oh,
"Was
no.
it?"
He said,
I
"Don't
think
put no sorry receiver on."
yeah, like, and everybody was like, "Wow!" Like we've never heard him like go down. You just took this man out of warrior mode.
yeah.
He was a
He's
whole
still
other
inside the
warrior.
white lines.
Yeah, he like we
Let him
just
take a shower and wash
finished this
that shit off.
Exactly, and I think sometimes that's what we need to do, or that's the same grace that we have to extend to our women. Like, give them an opportunity to like decompress. We have our decompressing times. We have our decompressing moments. Like, I don't got no wife and no kids. I pull in my garage and I still stop and just sit because the day was enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if, let's say, just an example, if I'm a husband and my wife, I heard her pull in and then she came right in the house, I'm knowing your person, knowing your audience, you know if she need a moment to whether she need to go get a Dr. Pepper, go take a shower, like just to take her shoes and her bra, whatever it is, she probably need that decompression time. A lot of times there isn't that time for them.
Yeah, I can see that, and the reason why is I always look at it from my perspective. I had a young black woman working with me. Y'all met Sonya. So I step in a room. I'm a black man. I'm the cool guy. I'm not even fucking cool, but
Well, no.
Cool enough.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought we was on the same page.
I was trying to help him out at work, man.
Hey, the truth, man, the truth. It will set you free. God damn.
We'll take a shot.
But yeah, I'm not even the cool guy.
Yeah.
But I step in a room and everybody kind of gives a fuck about me and what I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose to say something, Sonya steps in the room, they look over her, they look past her. She has to literally give you a little attitude for you to think about hearing her.
Yeah.
So I imagine that person going through every day in every space. I mean, and even if I tried to flip my mind, yeah, it's gone.
No, I saved you some.
appreciate
Byron
it.
took
My
the
bad.
whole goddamn.
I tried to flip my
rough
mind and say, okay, women get attention, called beautiful all the time. But what if that's not what you want every day you step
Right.
outside?
Yeah.
So all day long you on defense mode. So I can understand you being built on some type of resistance. But all I'm saying is like, Your whole day been that. I want you to let that shit go when you come to the house.
And that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes it can take a minute to let that go.
And guess what? I'm cool because I don't have a whole lot of words to give you at the end of the day anyway. But so take your time.
So that's with you in your house. But like, let's say him in his house. When she pull into the garage,
2 kids running out.
yeah, like, Mom, I'm hungry. And she's like,
shit.
my nigga, I'll chop you in your throat. And if that's said, like, as the partner, you gotta be like, all right, kids, let's go before mama kill your ass.
Some
Like,
nigga
let's go do some other
definitely
shit.
Mom, I need this, and I'm right there. She be like, your daddy right there.
Yeah,
They
like I just walked, bro. My mom used to say that to us. I just walked in his house. Y'all ain't saying nothing to that man about it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
because
you know, daddy can't do this. You know, you know, you don't know what he's doing.
They just be scared to just ask anything. Like I'll be
Like they're gonna get a whooping.
I'll be in the room, in the living room. Braden will come down that bitch, look at me,
You'd be like, nah.
and walk over to his mom. I'm like, nigga, I'm right here. Just say it.
You know it's fucking crazy. And I don't even know if I want to say it.
Say it.
But sometimes that's kind of how I feel about my wife.
What do you mean?
Like Braylon. Like I come down here, I'm like,
Never mind.
yeah. Because I know
It's
there's
gonna turn into
potential.
more.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And daddy could be in a
It's
great
the
mood.
fear. Yeah,
But it's like,
just that fear.
I know there's a potential. This motherfucker can motherfuck me.
The thing,
So I'm not even going to
The
deal
fear
with it.
of
what's so crazy is our nose are so different in my kids' eyes. Mommy, they'll come down there, mommy, can I have a cookie? No, it's time for bed.
Okay.
And I'll be like, just go get one, right? And it's that. It's no problem. All right, come down. I know daddy gonna say no. Daddy, can I have a cookie? I'm like, nah, it's attitude. Like, God damn, she said no too. Like, but
I think
that's
daddy.
just part of it, man.
Yeah, I was about to
Listen.
say, I think the nose from dads, when I was a kid, the nose from my dad was devastating.
That's
The
all
no-
Because
my
it was
mom was-
final.
listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dad's know was final.
That and because
Mom's know.
I think
might-
because
yeah, you can
we've
work
asked
on it
her
a
so
little bit.
many times, we hear the no, you're like, all right, whatever. He just walk away. When you find like, I'm gonna finally ask this nigga for something, and he's like,
be
no.
no.
You like,
Listen.
I wish
hate
you died.
this
I feel like
I
that's
wish
the
you died,
only
bro.
answer.
Let's burn
My
this house
daddy
down.
knew, bro. Before I could get shit out, hey, daddy, nah, nigga, they got Bible study I want to go to, mother. Like you don't. Even, that
gonna
nigga
take
don't
you.
even.
It
Gonna
must be
take
a,
you,
it
not
must be
me.
a
He
girl
don't
that you
even
want to
hear
go
you
see.
out, boy. Listen, I
It must
felt
be a
like that
girl
nigga
that
said
said
no.
that.
Not me.
Felt like
It
that
must
nigga
be a-
said no to everything.
It was a girl it's a girl at that Bible study. Nah, you can't go.
Bro.
Now you understand where Brandon feel that way.
Nah, but I try to be the total opposite of that,
But in his head, that's what he is.
nigga. I
That's what
guess
he see.
it just yeah.
And look, you gonna say all these times that you think you said yes. 25 years from now, when he on his podcast, he like, my daddy said no to everything.
And
Everything.
that'll be a damn lie.
Everything. The nigga
Mine
ain't
is
shit.
real.
Your dad gonna say, I said yes to you eating, didn't I? I said yes to that water burning, didn't I?
Exactly, right? That's him. That is that nigga,
That's
boy.
funny.
Nigga Paul asked my ass, why you ain't bring the beer? I said, damn, I came to your house. Why you ain't got the beer? Nigga, I provided the lights.
Hey, when you come to somebody's house, you are supposed to bring something.
Bro, when he come to my house, I have beer ready. Like, I don't
That's
give
a
it.
choice you make.
No,
When you come to somebody's house, you supposed to bring something.
No, nigga, I'm
Next time
raised
y'all
in this
cross
house.
that motherfucking threshold, remember?
Hey, not.
See, look at this nigga.
Now he
Exactly.
like,
He done
nah,
fucked up.
we come here for the
computer.
podcast.
I brought
That
the
nigga said, I
we come for the
provided.
podcast.
Nigga said, I
This is a
provided
work
the
office.
lights.
You need to
nigga.
write this. You need to write this off.
I said, the
This
lights?
space.
Fuck. Yeah, nigga. You don't feel this out? All right, bet.
Some real
I
shit.
got you. Nigga, you gonna have this whether I was here or not.
Next time he come to your house, hey, man, make sure you pick up
I do every time.
a 24 pack.
Dad, go to the store. Yeah.
Hey, y'all close? Yeah, we're probably about 20 minutes out. All right, stop at the gas station.
Yeah,
Get some,
ice.
exactly.
right.
Beer.
And get some
everything.
chicken while you're out there, my boy.
Nah, that nigga asked me first. You got some beer at the house? Nope. I ain't got nothing. Go on, stop.
Hey, going up to the store right quick. Me and your mama at the light. There's traffic out here
That
on Thornton.
nigga hell, boy. For real. But yeah, man.
I think that turned out to be a good talk.
That was a good quote.
Yeah.
Go on, say it one more time for the people so they can take it with them. Let us know what y'all get from that also. I know y'all ain't gonna do it, but just still do
It's
it
kind of
anyway.
the question of the day. You know what I'm saying? It was a quote.
And put some song requests in there, please. Y'all don't give a damn what we fuck up.
Nope. As long as we do it.
Oh man.
I think that's part of the beauty of the podcast. We start off showing y'all who we are.
Oh yeah.
Good or bad. And a lot of
Don't
times when you
matter.
look at me, it's pretty bad.
That quote. That quote is, "When a young man doesn't feel the warmth of the tribe, he will burn it down to feel the warmth he longs."
I mean, I really think y'all should take that, internalize, and see how it. And I like the different perspectives that we looked at.
Yeah.
How does that look? What does it look like, and who does it look like in your life?
Cause Byron was talking about a nigga in the
Ooh,
neighborhood.
that shit took me off. I'm like, where are we going?
Yeah, that was.
But I got you.
Yeah, like if my community don't make me feel like I'm a part of the community, then why would I be a part of the community?
Yeah.
Tag Clarence Thomas.
I'd rather burn it down. I'd rather burn it down and sit back and feel better about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
especially if I'm still eating good.
and that's
He about to be in trouble in a second though.
And this
He got caught up.
has been
again
another episode of the Dymes dropping.
well, there it is. That man that cleared it up. Go by droppingdimes.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's with a Y. Go on our Instagram. We're gonna post these questions. I want y'all to respond. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook. I'm gonna post it on Nate's Facebook. I'm gonna post it on the Dropping Dimes Facebook.
Shout out to the old
Facebook
and the new listeners. Old and new. We appreciate everybody.
We always appreciate you. Again, go and create fake pages. Be bots.
And subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, run it up.
We headed to 1K.
1K, baby.
1K on the subscription.
Football season 2.
Just put it on repeat while you sleep at night and silence it so we can get the views up. Can you do that?
Hours.
Yeah. Do that.
We for it all, bro.
I would never tell you to jam up your phone like that.
I would.
Yeah, let him tell
you don't have to tell
shit.
That. Yeah, while you sleep,
do that shit.
Put it on repeat.
Listen, Spotify, Apple Music,
podcast.
The podcast is on there. Dropping Dimes with a Y.
It's not on
podcast.
Apple Music.
It's not on Apple Music. Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
My apologies. Apple Podcasts and
get us
Spotify.
a clip that can go over somebody else.
Tone, you know, Tone was pushing that. Taking
because he did that from his
when he was walking the park. Yeah, yep.
I'm about to do that. I'm gonna go to the gym and wear a shirt and work out, get a video, then have us talking in the background with some music.
All right, thanks for telling them. It should have been a surprise.
Now they got to hold me accountable. All love, baby.
All right.
We appreciate you. Love you.
This how I'm feeling inside. Every line that I ride, I just hope I don't cry. I'm